Chester, Pennsylvania has a long history. It's one of the first established communities in the state of Pennsylvania, which means it's one of the first communities that were established in the United States. It has a long and interesting history.
Well, I think we have both sustainability efforts going on in the city of Chester and also on our campus. And one of the things I think is really exciting is we're working more and more collaboratively so that Widener is understanding itself as part of the city of Chester.
So Chester is kind of at this point where they're trying to restart or kickstart their efforts to, approach a more sustainable way of life. I see sustainability as maximizing quality of life for humans without depleting the environmental resources on which that quality of life depends, and also conducting ourselves in a way that we can perpetuate our social systems into the future.
I think primarily sustainability is about the responsible use of resources, recognizing that our resources are limited and we need to be responsible for how we use them so that they're there for future generations. And that includes natural resources, which is what people often think of when they think about sustainability, but also human resources, and making sure that we're giving all individuals in our society opportunities to be the best person that they can be.
For us, one of Widener's greatest contributions to the community is to focus on educating our students, and we do that primarily, of course, through the curriculum. There's lots of things that we can and do at Widener to increase the knowledge that we have so that we can act using good information and good data. Be interesting trade going on. For example, there's a local coffee shop that's opening that's going to sell Widener University brew, Woo Brew, our own coffee, and that coffee is produced in partnership with the leading premier organic coffee farmer in Costa Rica, Las Lajas Farm. So we're finding ways of learning about local and global connections so that we build a more just and more environmentally friendly community across the globe.
The idea is that by promoting sustainability in the classroom, we can improve pedagogical outcomes, and we do that in two ways. The first way is by infusing sustainability into the curriculum. That is, taking sustainability principles through our 8 schools and using it as a means for teaching better and for improving learning outcomes. Well, what we've seen recently, just over the last decade, is that Chester and other cities like it, like Wilmington, Delaware, are recommitting themselves to a sustainable future. This is by reimagining how they teach in the classroom in public schools. It's by reconsidering where are the jobs that people have. It's by providing time and space for new businesses to come in to provide a sustainable economic future for families that continue to live in Chester.
Community transformation is underway. I wouldn't say that it's transformed, and I think it's always going to be a work in progress. But we certainly are working in Chester as a university to ensure the sustainability of both natural and human resources.
If we take Chester, for example, Widener University, the city of Chester, the Crozier Medical Center, the various faith-based organizations, we would all have to work together to not only create a vision, but create a plan for achieving that vision.
Now, I'm very, very excited to be here and really, really excited to be part of these student projects that are focused on big issues in our world. And that's one thing I think is great about Widener is we look at big problems and think about how our students and our faculty and staff can be part of solving them.
I think it's really important that Widener students were involved in this project as well as the other the Night of Sustainable Thinking project, because students are the ones who are going to take these ideas forward, the ones who are in this new generation who are going to be making really big and important decisions about the history and health of our world. The purpose of the Day of Sustainability Neighborhood Fair was to spread awareness of issues of sustainability, recycling, healthy eating, even social sustainability, and to also kind of begin to introduce some of these concepts to children and do it in a way that would be fun as well as educational. That we can spread ideas in a fun way and also a way that people can take things away with them. Things, the group that I worked with came up with the idea of refillable tumblers that are really, really beautiful, that encourage people to kind of use those cups instead of constantly throwing away plastic and putting that back into our environment. The idea of, maybe say no to plastic bags. And here, here's kind of a fun and really colorful way with a reusable bag that is free that you can take home with you, and you feel good when you leave something with a whole bunch of prizes, things that you're taking away with you. And so I thought that would be really, really fun, and just make it a day so that every time, the idea of sustainability would come into someone's mind, they might see pictures of that magician in their head having fun and making all the children laugh, and the children running after each other with some of the toys, and people walking around talking about repurposing items and how you can make something beautiful out of something that might have been thrown away. The day turned out to be beautiful, though we had snow in April. But it turned out absolutely beautiful because we were able to open up the campus to the community, and I loved that idea. So it worked out very, very nice in that people were invited onto our campus. Little children were invited onto a college campus, and I think that was really, really important. And so they can kind of see, okay, so this is the kind of thing that happens on a college campus. You get information, you have an awful lot of fun, and you share with a community of people who care about the same things as you do. Widener University has been working very hard to decrease its footprint, its carbon footprint, and I think that we've come a long way in making an awful lot of changes to the environment. And at Widener, Chester has also been working very hard to work on some of these issues, and I think it was a really lovely thing to see these two groups of people come together in this way to celebrate our efforts, but also to underscore the idea that we still have work to do, but that we can do this work together.